Welcome to the Sundance Media Group podcast. My name is Brady, and what were we going to talk about again? Oh, I've got an idea. Lights! All right, so today we're going to be talking about a couple different light systems that are very popular within the UAS industry, going from very novice to more professional style and commercial operations. So a couple things I want to get out of the way. First of all, a lot of people online are talking about these Firehouse Strobes. They are excellent lights. However, they are not compliant. So per the FAA regulations, you have to have 3 statute miles of visibility at night. And if we go through and turn this on, that's a little tiny light. You can't see that 3 miles away. They're great lights for small applications. However, they're not compliant for any of your night flights. So please do not rely on these. If you ever get ramp checked, you'll have a hard day. A couple other ones that we actually have on the table. So first of all, the original Lumecubes, they just go on the side of your drone. And I'll pull one up here and just to show you kind of where they're located on a typical Phantom. But these have a Bluetooth, which is great. But if you think about Bluetooth, they have a very limited range. So if you're trying to activate this via the app, you'll have to be very close proximity with the light in the drone in order to turn it on. So if you're flying at 100, 150 feet, you're going to lose your Bluetooth connection. You're not going to be able to utilize that specific feature. Now, that specific feature is great for photography, but not necessarily for drone work. So keep that in mind. But they are kind of heavy. So, of course, when you put this onto your drone, you're going to lose that center of gravity. You can put 2 to kind of compensate, but then it's going to weight it down a lot more, so you're going to have less battery time, and then it's going to be less. It's going to be more prone to have issues with like the wind and drafts. It's not going to respond as quickly as normal, so keep that in mind. Now, the downside that I see with a lot of the Lumecubes, or the original one, is that the battery itself is not removable. So if for any reason your light goes out and you still need some more flight time, you need to bring your bird down, and you actually need to pull this off of your bird and put a new one on, or charge the actual unit before you go out and fly. And by that time, you might be losing, your subject matter, whatever you're shooting at that point in time. The next one I'd like to talk about, let's keep with the Lumecube theme here. So the new strobe anti-collision light just came out. I think these are fantastic for smaller drones, as they show the Mavic on top. So this comes with, no one needs the box anyways. The little tiny strobe right here is very, very compact. It is very light. I do like it. It's got several different modes. You can press it and you'll have a slow strobe, or if you press and hold, then you'll have a longer strobe. And this is going to be compliant. Try not to flash you too much. And then you just stop it. Again, with the smaller Lumecube, they are much lighter. It's not going to really throw off the balance of your drone while you're flying. However, if your battery does go out and you have to come through and land it, there's no detachable battery. You have to plug it in through with the micro USB cable. So be aware that you may need multiple lights if you were going to utilize this solution. Now, with these, this is plastic. It doesn't feel really great in the hand, so it doesn't feel like it's really quality. I know that Lumecube has a lot of quality products, so I have no doubt in how well or the quality that it is, but it just doesn't feel hefty or durable. So if this was to fall off your drone, yes, it's light, but it may damage and have problems. The attachment system that they include is a little Velcro with some adhesive backing on both sides, so you can actually pull this off your drone, so it's not permanently attached, which is great. And I think that should hold. I don't think there's going to be a weight problem, but if any chance there would be, just be aware that this is all plastic. So keep that in mind. They do include 2 separate little lenses for you. Now, a lot of people may not understand, and anyone who's really gone through deeply with the regulations, which of these is not compliant? The green, right? So anything for anti-collision lights is to let other aircraft know that you're in the area. Green cannot be utilized, so do not use the green one. You can either use just straight on white that it comes with, or you can use the red lens on it. Either way, they just snap right on top, and you can still utilize the push button so it doesn't interfere, and then turn it back off. If I can turn it back off, there we go. And then you just pull up from the front to remove the lens. That's it. Super easy, super simple. No big deal. And again, it charges by the micro USB cable. So that's a fantastic option for smaller drones such as the Mavic or Evos, things like that. So that way you're not carrying around a really big, heavy camera. Now, the next thing I'd like to cover is the FoxFury Rugos. This is what I would consider more of a professional commercial application. They're very durable, they're easy to use, and they are compliant with the FAA regulations. I'm going to talk about that here in a second. So in the packaging, you're going to get your actual unit where it has the camera, or sorry, not the camera. It has the light on it, and then you actually get a battery pack depending on which one you get. The original Rugo came with a yellow battery pack. This does not strobe and is not compliant with the FAA regulations. However, if you have this original setup like I have here with the yellow button on the side, you can actually purchase a different battery pack, and this is what actually contains all of the programming to flash the light or strobe the light. So then you just slap in whatever battery you have at the time, and again with the UAS you want the orange battery pack, and you can press it and you get several different modes, first, second, and then third, and then you've got your flashing and your strobing. I really like this because everything about the Rugo, this thing is almost indestructible. We've taken these, we've thrown them against rocks. My other trainers have thrown them at me before. That was interesting. Missed and then hit a rock. We picked it up, did just fine, stuck it on our drone, and we flew our mission that we needed. So these are very durable. They're made out of metal. I don't know what kind of metal, but man, these things are really sturdy. The other great thing about this is because the battery itself is removable, as this is connected to your drone, you can actually remove the battery pack, swap it out, start it back up, and fly, and you're done. So very useful tool so that you're not having to wait for your battery packs to charge as long as you have multiple packs. But this way you don't have to remove the actual light. Different diffuser, so you can do a strobe, spot, or just a flood, whatever you like there. And there are different lenses available for different things such as law enforcement, where you can actually use like blue and red, which of course would fall under different regulations. However, these are very versatile. They're used by a lot of different companies. So I would highly suggest the Rugos. The strobing Lumecubes, the new ones, are very nice as well. Just be aware that this is more of a hobbyist, and this is more of a commercial application in my own opinion, because of the durability and the use of everything. Let's see, the last thing I wanted to cover, because I've got a Phantom 4 Pro right here. So I've got the Rugo mounts and the Lumecube attached the same way. They're just a different turn or a 3/4 mount, and this will actually attach to the side right here as you're flying. Then you can adjust however you need to have your light source off of your drone. But typically, I think a lot of people are going to be using the Phantom 4, so I wanted to showcase kind of how the lights are attached. They're going to come in and attach right there, and then the Lumecube. This is a FoxFury mount, but the Lumecube is just about the same. It's just going to go on that 3/4 turn here, and does the exact same thing. So keep that in mind. We love all these products. However, we always do have a preference. But what are your guys' preferences? Why don't you leave some information down in the comments below? And if you like the video and the podcast, please make sure to go down and hit the subscribe button, and make sure to stay tuned for the next one that's coming up. And as always, fly safe.